Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Dr. Mike back again, once again, with one interesting topic. If you like, subscribe, do what you got to do. You guys know what's up. Um, I don't know if I've talked about this in depth. I kind of feel like I've done a live stream on this, but now it's time to make it into a video because I've further expanded my thought process on this particular narrative. I often wonder if the Philippines attracts lower income foreigners. Now, we could talk a lot about lower income individuals in the country. Of course, it is a third world country, but I wonder if the Philippines attracts lower income foreigners. Now, my thoughts alone, my opinion alone, so don't take this as the opinions of others. I often think that the rich people who can afford to travel to the best places, they go to Ibiza, they go to Turks and Caicos, they go to Italy, they go to Europe, the European countries and stuff like that. They don't really go to the Philippines. And that's just my thoughts. Just out of curiosity. You guys can agree to disagree. But your places like Brazil, your places like the DR, Philippines, Thailand, and places like that, they're pretty much geared and catered towards your average foreigner, and me and myself included. Of course, you guys know I'm broke as hell. You see my YouTube check? $1.55, bitch. Anyways, I'm just saying, I'm just joking. Anyways, for those that caught that video, you know what I'm talking about. But in hindsight, what I'm saying is I think that countries like this cater to people like us. And of course, I say that because we can have a better quality of life living on very little money. Like I said, you don't need to be a millionaire in the United States to enjoy a great life in the Philippines. You have people who can enjoy a great life on $1,000. Tell me anywhere in the countries that I aforementioned where I believe the rich people can go or that they normally do go. Tell me where you can go anywhere in those particular countries that I mentioned and live on $1,000 a month comfortably. Now you can sit there and try to debate, well, it depends on how you live, your way of living. Maybe that could help. I don't think you're gonna make it work for 1,000, okay? I'm not feeling like that's gonna work. So I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say. Do you believe that the Philippines and places like it attract lower income foreigners? Let me know yes or no. And also with that particular narrative and thought, when we speak of lower income foreigners, and I'm saying that to be funny, I'm just saying that to be real. Um, does that also breed or bring about the types of foreigners that are considered the unwanted types? Do you believe that because the Philippines is semi more affordable than all of the other places that I mentioned, it brings about the undesirable foreigners into the country? Of course, you can talk about those guys that were living in Thailand and living that life until they changed the rules out there. Now all of those guys are coming to the Philippines now, so that's causing the influx of individuals and foreigners coming into the country. I've seen a lot of people make videos on that, so I don't need to go that far. Then you have the individuals that, like I said, considered undesirable, that actually do the negative things in the country, and they're able to do so because their money allows them to be able to buy in to those particular activities. So again, it does come full circle, ladies and gentlemen. This video was not half-assed. I want you to understand this is a definite thought-provoking video because I want you guys to think, do you honestly believe that the Philippines attracts lower income foreigners? Do you honestly believe in any way, shape, or form that anybody who is rich, anybody who has money, is coming to the Philippines? And when I say this, I want to make this abundantly clear because I kind of feel like you could say, oh, well, they are coming, but when they're coming, and you guys should note this, when they're coming, they're going directly to your hotspots, your Boracay's likely, and your Palawans and places that are heavily known. They're not actually living in the Philippines like us. They're going to, the beautiful, beautiful beaches that the Philippines has to offer. We're not talking about living in the Philippines. They might vacation in the beach area, but they're not kicking it in Tondo, they're not kicking it in Metro Manila, likely, unless they're here for like an event or a place at the Mall of Asia. So they might come, but they're not living like we are living, most of us, or those that are vacationing, really vacationing in like the real Philippines, not just this fantasy beach area that, is beautiful, in the fucking brochures and stuff, and it may be beautiful up close and personal. We talk about the real ass Philippines. I'm not talking, like I said, those particular foreigners may visit those places, but they're not visiting where we're likely going. You understand? So I want to make sure I note that as well in reference to my thoughts in this video. And I think that's my time, man. Kind of tired. Just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. Kind of feel like you guys can definitely, stretch the narrative, because I do believe personally, if I'm going to go out and say it, I'm going to say yes, the Philippines does attract lower income foreigners because better quality of life in the country on very little money, etc., etc. Now, even when I call you a lower income foreigner, myself included, don't take that as a negative term. Don't make it seem like, oh, well, you ain't got no money either, bitch. Don't be all offensive about it. I want you to understand when I say it, I'm basically speaking on it from the perspective of, your income base. Like, you can say that if you're bringing in X amount in the Philippines, you're fucking rich. In other countries, you may not be rich, but if you really have it like that, and you've done well for yourself, invested or whatever you're doing to, earn this 7-figure or 6-figure income, you can kind of get an idea of probably the places you would go. And for some reason, I just don't believe that's going to be the Philippines. That's why I'm saying it. Again, that's what the comment section is for. Let it rip, ladies and gentlemen. Doc is out. Peace.